Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, and it's everybody's favorite time of the month. That's right, market statistics time. Now, you might notice a little bit of a change of venue here. This is actually the downtown Keller Williams office in Saint Petersburg, Florida, which is my brokerage. So, thought I would share the beautiful view with you today as I go over these market numbers. Now, I do need to explain how we come about these numbers. So one is that they are delayed. The MLS does take about 30 days to get the numbers compiled and then delivered in this beautiful report format. The other thing to keep in mind is a lot of the trends that we discover with these statistics are actually from 2 months ago. And the reason why is because a closed sale that shows up this month is actually from a contract that was written in a previous month. So just keep in mind that real estate statistics are typically quite delayed, either by 30 days or 60 days. These particular market numbers are for September 2020. And yes, I do realize that we are towards the end of October here, but as I said, statistics typically take about 30 days to get put together. Other thing to keep in mind with these statistics is that they do compare year over year, not month to month. Reason why is because during a normal 12-month year, there's a normal ebb and flow in the real estate cycle. Here in Florida, it basically kind of follows the school year. So end of school year and beginning of school years, we do have some low points. If we were further north, it would be a lot easier because I could just point to wintertime because people aren't really looking to stomp through yards and look at houses to purchase whenever there's 6 feet of snow on the ground. So diving into these specific statistics for September 2020 for Pinellas County, the overarching trend for the last 3 months, if you remember, since the beginning of the pandemic has basically been that there has been fewer and fewer homes for sale. Inventory has been drastically reduced, 40 or 50%, simply because people are not wanting to list their home for sale. They're concerned about their health. Maybe they just want to stay put, hunker down, and protect their assets. Normally, when there's a big upheaval, people really aren't too interested in mixing things up and making big changes in their life. But that is only on the seller sides. So the number of people deciding to sell their homes has dropped tremendously, but the number of buyers has remained about the same. Net result being that we have about half as many homes for sale now as we did 12 months ago. So to get into the actual specifics here, so the number of closed sales in Pinellas County for September 2020 was a total of 1,221 units. That is an increase of 11.8%. So even though there are fewer houses going up for sale, there are still more homes being sold, and that should tell you that Pinellas County is a very in-demand place to live. The median sales price increased 17.5% from $272,000 to $320,000. My kind of threshold for movements is anything above like 3 or 4%. Anything below 3 or 4%, I just kind of chalk it up to a natural fluctuation, unless it's like a long-term thing where it just consistently builds on itself. Whenever you see prices start jumping 17, 20, 25% a year, that is crazy numbers. And again, it's indicative of the very few number of homes that are for sale and the large number of people that are still wanting to purchase homes. Average sales price is up 19.7% from $354,000 to $424,000. And some of you are probably wondering what the difference is between median and average. So average price, you probably know, you add it all up and then you divide it by the number of things that you added up. Median price is a little bit different though. Basically, let's say that you have 10 houses that have sold. The median price is the middle price where 5 houses sold for more and 5 houses sold for less. And yes, I know it doesn't split that way, but I think you understand what I'm saying. It's basically like the half mark of the market. So it's a little different than average. Typically, I usually pay more attention to the median sales price because if a large number of luxury homes sell, it can greatly sway the average sales price. Total dollar volume, which if you've watched these videos for some time, you know I used to not even mention dollar volume. But total dollar volume is up 33.9% to $517 $15 million. That is over $500 million in 1 month sold. I know I say it every month, but that number blows my mind. Median time to contract. So this is how long a home is on the market before it goes under contract. Has dropped from 25 days to 9 days. That is a 64% decrease in the time that you have to decide to purchase a home. That is super quick. So the number of new listings is up 8% to $1,254. And I know on the surface that doesn't make a lot of sense, but that is just new inventory. That is homes that were newly listed for sale in September. The issue is that we have months where we were drastically below previous years, and that is borne out by the total number of total inventory, which is down 43.3% to 1,529. Some of the stats I've seen thrown around is people saying that that's the lowest it's ever been or has ever been since 1982-83. So we're at record low numbers. Suffice it to say, if you've been thinking about selling your home, now is a tremendous time to do so. You do not have to do a lot of work to it. You can just put it up there. You do have to do the whole process to get a lot of interested buyers, but the property is not going to sit there for a long time. Honestly, the major problem is finding a place, and there's definitely ways that we can mitigate the time that it takes to find a place and the gap between the sale of your home and the purchase of your next home. But again, if you have been thinking about selling at all, now is a tremendous time to do so. I do also like to break these down by price points because, let's face it, a house for sale for $1 million sells a lot different than a house for sale for $250. The steps that I take to sell the houses are the same, but just time frames and the number of buyers in each price class does change dramatically. So unlike previous months, we did actually have a property sell for less than $50,000. So I am actually kind of want to go see and check that out and see what that looks like. I'll put a link to that below so you can kind of see what under $50,000 goes for in Pinellas County currently. But across the board, up to about $250,000. The overarching theme is that closed sales are down, and that is simply because there is not enough homes in those price points to fulfill demand. Now, above $250,000, all of those have seen growth. So $250,000 to $300,000 has grown 25%, $300,000 to $400,000 has grown 38%, and so on and so forth. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that prices have increased so much. And we've seen homes that would, 2 or 3 years ago, would have sold for $150,000, $160,000, $170,000, have slid up easily into the $200,000, $250,000 range. So if trends continue over time, I suspect that anything under $250,000 is going to see continued declines. Now, there is another little funny statistic here. So this $50,000 property, again, median time to contract, 1 day. It was on the market for 1 day. That is a drop of 95.8% compared to previous years. I'm not going to go over median time to contract on every price point. Properties are going under contract between about 50% to 75% faster than they did a year ago, and that is quick. So if you are looking to purchase a home, it's important that you have a strategy set up and that you are able to go look at these homes literally within a day or two of them hitting the market. Whenever I list a house for someone, I'm actually one of the few realtors that actually advises my clients to hold the house on the market for at least 7 days. Most other realtors are basically just going to, as soon as an offer comes in that is pretty close to asking price, they're going to suggest to the buyer, they're going to suggest to the seller that they take it, and then it's going to be off the market. So, but most realtors do not do things the way that I do them. Now, we do have a little bit of good news for those of you looking to purchase a home, and that is the number of new listings is actually up. Almost, well, not across the board, but basically 250,000 and above. we have considerably more homes that are on the market for sale compared to last year. Now, overall inventory is still down, so it's going to take a while to work through that kind of backlog of pent-up demand. But the good news is that trend has started. So last month was the first month really that I actually saw this trend, and it has developed and continued this month as well. Now, everything below 250 definitely down. So 50 to 100,000, there's 83.9% fewer homes. 100 to $150,000, there's 39.3 fewer homes. 150 to 200,000, there's 31.1% fewer homes. And then 200 to 250, there's 13.1% fewer homes. But 250 to 299, 23.2% more homes, so about a quarter. That's a good sign. 300 to 400, there's about 22.6% more homes for sale. 300 to 400,000, there's 22.6% more homes, and so on and so forth. So that is a really good sign if you've been wanting to purchase something, because there's been more stuff coming up for sale. Total number of inventory, though. So remember that last section we talked about was new listings. We need to take new listings in conjunction with total inventory. Total inventory across the board is down. Just every price point is down. So $500 to $100,000 is down 67.4% to a total of 15. There's a total of 15 houses for sale under $100,000. 100 to 150,000 is down 55%. 150 to 200,000 is down 50.4%. 200 to 250 is down 50%, and so on and so forth. It is pretty much every price point is down 30%, 40% compared to last year. So that is why, even though we have more houses coming as new listings, overall inventory is still way, way, way down, about half. Hopefully we will see those numbers improve, because honestly, it's getting hard to do comparables. Like, I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm just like, let's, I don't like comparables. It's hard to do comparables when the real estate market moves so fast. It's literally, in my experience, it's moved probably about $15,000, $20,000 on like a $400,000 house in the last 2 months. It's crazy. It's crazy times. Last page, of course, is the doom and gloom page, as I like to call it. So this is for foreclosures, short sales, and things that indicate overall economic health and things of that nature. If you remember previous episodes, we have had a moratorium on foreclosures, at least. Short sales have been okay, although everything's naturally just kind of slowed down because of the pandemic and reduced staffs and hours and all that stuff. But we still are seeing drastically reduced number of foreclosures. So personally, I think that means that we still have, I take that to mean that we have a ways to go for things to come back to normal. Specific number is the total number of foreclosures is actually down 70.4% to 8 from 27. And the total number of short sales actually had 0 change. There was a total of 4 in the entire county. So to me, we can't really trust the foreclosure numbers that much, but we can be okay with the short sale numbers. Those have basically just seemed like they've held steady. So economically speaking, everything looks like it's holding okay. Now, I have seen some articles when there's been a lot of rents that have been unpaid and other sort of issues that are still kind of backlogged. We will have to see how all that shakes out financially. But that would have some impact on the residential market, obviously, because people do rent single-family homes. But it's not going to overcome a 50% inventory reduction. So if you're kind of waiting on the sidelines, you're going to be waiting for quite some time, probably years, is what I usually tell people, and probably 5 to 10 years, at least. So thank you so much for tuning in to these market statistics. If you would like these statistics delivered to your inbox every month, I will be happy to do so. All you have to do is just click the link down in the description below, go to the website. Well, it was up on that computer, but it is not there anymore. Not that you can see it because of the the drastic light differential I have here. Apologies about that. But go to sassergroup.com. There will be a link there. You can follow the link down below in the description. I'll make sure that you get both a copy of this video every month as well as the actual physical, well, so it won't be a physical report delivered to you, but it will be a PDF with all of this information. If you're also interested in buying or selling a home in the Tampa Bay area, I will be more than happy to help you out. I have practically lived, worked, or sold home in every neighborhood in Tampa Bay at one point or another. And that goes from, honestly, from Wesley Chapel to Bradenton, Clearwater, Dunedin, Saint Petersburg, Brandon, Land O'Lakes. Worked there for a couple years. So I do have deep, intimate knowledge about all of these sections of the Bay. So no matter what neighborhood you're looking for, with a quick conversation, with you telling me what exactly you're looking for, I can usually come up with 3 or 4 alternative neighborhoods that you probably weren't even aware existed. Now, they might not be the right fit. They might be, the commute might be a little bit long, but hey, at least you got options. If you prefer to do things more the old school way, there is a link down below to book a phone call with me. Basically, you go there, you pick a time that works great for you, you put your phone number in, and then I give you a call. Phones do actually make calls. They still do that, and I still call people. And of course, you can also subscribe to this channel as well if that's your thing. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. Actually, I'm interested to hear how long you think the current market conditions can continue. How long can this market be crazy? So leave me that comment and response below. And other than that, thanks for tuning in. My name's Kyle Sasser, and I'll talk to you soon.